Hey guys, hee hee. Okay, so I am making the goat cheese pasta today. That is going to be my mukbang, but I figured I'd film myself make it because I don't think I've ever done a recipe video. I did one like a really long time ago, but it was me trying like TikTok trends. Okay, but anyway, this is the stuff you need. This is gonna be so long because I'm so unorganized. I'm so bad at cooking, but luckily this is a really easy recipe. Okay, first we need an oven pan. Oven pan, this one looks really weird on the inside. You guys can't see, but there's like reddish marks. I think it's like rusty or something. So we're gonna line it with some tin foil. We preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So we line this with tin foil. Okay, yeah, I should put you guys on something. What should I put you on? All right, I'm gonna put you on top of this Converse box. There we go. Okay. Get your grape tomatoes. They could be cherry tomatoes too. Wash them and throw them in and dumped inside. This is actually like such an easy recipe. It's not even funny. Normally you can put fresh garlic in it, but I'm gonna put just a ton of garlic powder because it's easier. Garlic powder, salt, pepper, drizzle with olive oil and mix it around. Now get your goat cheese out. I'm using 2 because this is a smaller thing of goat cheese and we like a lot of goat cheese. Put that in there. Okay, second thing of goat cheese. Opening that was a little tricky. Where do we put it, you ask? Just smush her in there until she fits. All right, now that the goat cheese is in there, sprinkle with more garlic powder, some more salt, and a little bit more pepper. I put some honey on top of the goat cheese. I have to get more honey, so let's wait for it to go down. But yeah, I like putting honey because it gives it like a little sweet and savory taste. Okay, now that the oven is preheated, we're gonna put this in. In you go. And we put that in for 35 minutes. Sorry, I'm really bad at like holding the camera. Like what's, okay. All right, so that's going to cook for 35 minutes. Let me set my timer. Then while that is cooking, we are going to cook our pasta. Sorry, I'm just setting the timer. Now you can cook any kind of pasta you want. I like farfalle, the little bow ties, because it's the best kind of pasta, right? It's actually not my favorite kind of pasta, but it's my favorite with this dish. Okay, 35 minutes. Why am I on my calculator? Do you guys do that? I always get my calculator and clock mixed up. Okay, even before you, even before you start doing your pasta, make sure you start prepping basil. A lot of my basil went bad, so I had to like pick a lot out of it, but you're gonna put the basil in the baking dish like after it comes out of the oven. So make sure you have that already. I'm gonna actually wash it right now just so I remind myself. See, like some of these have like brown spots, but whatever. Okay, we're going to fill a pot with water and then boil it. Oh, and also make sure you salt the water as well. I don't really know what that does. Oh wait, no, salting water like before you put pasta in it and before it boils, I think helps for the pasta like not to stick or something. Honestly, I've been saving my pasta water because especially with a dish like this where goat cheese can be like kind of clumpy, it's really helpful because the pasta water makes it more like liquidy almost. So we're gonna wait for the water to boil and yeah. Okay, so now that the water is, I mean, it's not like totally boiling, but it's good enough. I'm always just so impatient. I never wait for it to actually finish boiling. Farfalle goes in. Be careful not to burn yourself with the water. Okay, you guys, I'm back, and I lost track of time. Oh, no. Okay, I really hope, oh my. I really hope that this pasta isn't too soft. All right, but now we're going to strain it, and this is my favorite part. I'm really excited to show you guys this. Okay, we are going to put a whole bag of spinach in the very large strainer. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot about the pasta water. I hate when pasta gets loose. Like, can I just get water, please? We strain in. Yeah. Now we're going to pour this back into the pot. Oh my goodness. Why am I the worst at cooking, you guys? All right. Hey, don't mind all that noise. Oh no, now there's like a burning noise. I hate when water like burns the stove like that. All right. Ugh. Well, that's that. Oh, what? Oh, Gabs, you idiot. And the goat cheese should be done very soon. Look at that, you guys. Ooh! Basil, okay. All right, like pop those tomatoes. Make sure everything is mixed. Yummy. Hee hee. Oh, that looks so good. And now we mix. I love putting spinach with it too, just to give it like a nice little vegetable in there. And there you have it, you guys. I'm gonna put some into a bowl and you'll see me in a second. Hey guys, okay, I hope my thumbnails are good because I genuinely could not wait to take another thumbnail. I needed to eat this immediately. I am eating the TikTok viral like feta pasta, except instead of feta, it's with goat cheese. Oh my goodness. A lot of you have probably seen me eat this on TikTok. It is absolutely heavenly. I don't think I'll ever have it with feta. I keep saying that I'm gonna try it with feta and then I just like never do. Thank you guys so much for watching me cook this. You got a sneak peek into watching me in the kitchen, and I am always chaotic. When this was cooking, when like my water was boiling and when my pasta was cooking, I was on TikTok and I just lost track of time. Which often happens to me when I cook. I decide to go on TikTok while I'm waiting for something to cook and then I just forget. Oh my goodness. People on TikTok are always like, do you eat this entire bowl? Yes, I do. Trust me, if you were eating this, you'd eat the whole thing too. It is just unbeatable, simply. I remembered to put spinach in it this time. I'm gonna go get a napkin. By the way, you guys, my TikTok account is back. I appealed it this time and TikTok they didn't allow me to appeal it last time. And I appealed it this time and TikTok gave me my account back. I mean, honestly, all you really have to do is look at my account and realize that I'm doing nothing to violate their guidelines. Like, nothing at all. I'm just eating. So delicious. You guys, I'm literally obsessed with listening to Anything Goes, Emma Chamberlain's podcast. I love her. I think she's so mature. She's more mature than I am, and I'm 26. Like, I feel like she talks about topics that I should be thinking about, like, on a daily basis, but I just don't because I just like avoiding everything. But listening to her podcast forces me to have these conversations with myself, and it forces me to do a lot of self-reflection. Honestly, I feel really bad for Emma because I listened to her Call Her Daddy, the Call Her Daddy segment with her on it. I don't listen to Call Her Daddy. I just wanted to listen to this one because it has Emma on it, but I was pissed that there were people annoyed at her. Like, I think that people hold influencers or people like Emma Chamberlain to such a high standard, to such an unrealistic standard. Like, it's really toxic. Like, if you're a fan of somebody, you shouldn't hold them to such a high standard. It's like, sometimes when I curse in my videos, there are a lot of younger people that are like, oh my god, she curses, like, I don't like her anymore. Obviously, I curse, I'm 26. Or like when Emma went on Call Her Daddy, people were like, she's so much classier than that. What are you talking about? You don't know her, you know? It's so weird and creepy to think that way. She's allowed to do what she wants. She's her own person. And you don't know her. It's just not a fair way to treat people. And I feel like it happens so much with influencers. I mean, yes, they're putting their life out there, right? So obviously people are going to have opinions. But if you're a fan of somebody, you shouldn't hold them to this unrealistic standard. Oh my god. I'm like sweating because this is hot. It's so hot in my apartment. And it's weird because it's like freezing outside, but there's this huge window like in back of this camera and so much sun comes through. I'm not complaining. I love the sun. It's one of the reasons I prefer working from home because in the office I don't even have any windows around me. So this is much more preferable. But I will say it gets hot when I'm eating a very hot meal and there's also like the sun shining through. Just look at that, you guys. Oh, it's so good. Are goat cheese and feta like the same thing? They do taste kind of similar. See, you guys, I'm like almost done with this. It's so funny because on my YouTube, like on this camera, this bowl looks so small. It always looks like so much more food on my TikTok. Just something about the basil, the goat cheese, the tomatoes. It tastes so good. I will say though, I know I always put honey on the goat cheese before I bake it, but I don't think that I can ever really taste the honey. This would be bad for ASMR because I feel like I wouldn't be good at ASMR. I mean, I do like ASMR, I guess, on my TikTok because my phone picks up the noises really well, like me chewing, but I'm kind of a minimal chewer, as you guys know, like, especially pasta dishes like this, like, it goes down super easy. But I am working on getting another camera and a microphone. So I could do ASMR in here. I'm so glad I have leftovers. That's why I just like making the whole bag of pasta and stuff, because you have leftovers for like days. Also, if you're cooking for 2 people, it's a good idea. Like, Will's gonna have some of the leftovers. I made this with the spinach artichoke dip from Trader Joe's. That was really good, but nothing beats the goat cheese. Goat cheese is absolutely one of my favorite cheeses of all time. Oh my god, I'm sweating so much. This is like embarrassing. If I was doing like a close-up ASMR video, it would be humiliating. Like, is it because I'm eating this so fast and it's hot? I honestly don't know, but sorry if I look like extra shiny right now. I can feel it I always sweat in my mustache area. Okay. Seriously, how did I eat all that in like 10 minutes? See? I do finish the whole thing. I actually kind of want seconds. Okay, yes, I did just go in for seconds. Hee hee. Bow ties are just so much fun. I've never made this pasta with any other kind of pasta before. If you guys have any variation ideas of this dish, let me know. Somebody said try it using the pizza cheese from Trader Joe's, but I didn't realize that cheese was like bread cheese, that it was like hard. People were making fun of me on TikTok because I was like, where's the cheese pull? They're like, girl, it's not that kind of cheese. I don't know. I guess I didn't really like correlate the bread cheese with like bread and how it's more like pull apart. Oh, but that cheese is so good. Yeah, so I don't think it would work in the dish because it needs to melt. Actually, when my roommate made the feta cheese pasta, the feta actually doesn't melt as well as the goat cheese does in my experience. Well, I haven't made it with feta, but I saw my roommate make it with feta, and it took like a while for the feta cheese to melt. Goat cheese, we had no problems with that. Look at that big chunk of spinach. I love putting vegetables in dishes like this because it makes me feel like I'm being healthy. I like putting spinach in like everything. It's such a good vegetable, and I used to absolutely hate it when I was younger. I would always make my grandma and my mom like cream my spinach because that's the only way I would eat it. All right. Second bowl. Finished. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and try making it yourself now that you have the recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Love you guys.